Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And this merry-go-round of madness that is Mermaids has taken another turn. As you know, I've done a whole series of videos recently regarding this bunch of weirdos. Well, it's just got even worse for them. I'm wondering how Emma Watson feels about backing them now. Probably not that great, especially when you see the latest wheeze coming out of this collection of dangerous individuals. Here goes, and hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. Right, so here's the story, and given everything else that's happened with this charity, it really shouldn't come as a surprise. But Mermaids worker posed undressed in explicit images and posted spicy photos of himself on Instagram as parents of children who use the trans charity call for watchdog probe. I believe police probe would be more appropriate. Darren Mew became the digital engagement officer at Mermaids in September 2021. But parents of children who have used the charity complained to the watchdog. It comes after Mew shared explicit pictures of him in a short skirt on Instagram last year. They also featured in an undressed collage holding parts of his body for the LGBT outlet House magazine. Mew no longer works for the charity, which says it's not been informed of complaint. Now, never mind the fact that he doesn't work for the charity. Why did he ever work for the charity? Why did the charity not do due diligence and look at this particularly weird, warped and screwed up individual and see him for the direct threat to children that he is? And you may be thinking, why is he a direct threat for children just because he dresses up in a dress? Well, parents of children who use the transgender charity Mermaids have complained to the watchdog after the employee reportedly posted explicit pictures and spicy images as a schoolgirl online. So this guy was giving himself, should we say, thrilling gratification by self-identifying as a schoolgirl, a child. Why? Because he is another one. He is a P. Now, you've got the one that was fired the other day. Now, I've got the videos. I'll put the links to the videos in the end of this at the end of this video. You have the one the other day who was fired because he was a representative representing those very strange men who like to get down and dirty with, let's just say, the younger members of society. And now you've got another one who worked there who self-identifies as a schoolgirl in order to get his jollies. Red flags, boys. Why is no one picking up on this? We all know that this charity is no such thing. It is an organisation of child predators. It's an organisation out there to cause direct harm to children. It's sterilising children, it's mutilating children, and it's employing the very, very worst kind of people. It is attracting the very worst kind of people because anything like this attracts them because they're all warped and they're all mentally ill. Darren Mew, until recently a digital engagement officer at the charity and who identifies as they, them, because of course he does, I'm not saying they, them, it's a load of shit, shared a picture of himself on Instagram showing an upward view through a short skirt he was wearing. The image with the hashtag of non-binary finery was captioned, "Sorry, I can't hear you. I'm just out here living my fantasy." My fantasy being I want to identify in a certain way as a child. I get my jollies, my how can we put this without the YouTube algorithm throwing a fit? I want to get my thoroughly enjoyable afternoon's jollies by being a child. The picture of him in a short skirt was shared on Instagram when the account was made public last February. Mew also featured in a collection of pictures for the LGBT outlet House magazine, in which he appears undressed, holding his very tiny, I imagine, winky, and with pairs of jumper bumpers that have further winkies protruding from them. I do apologise for the terminology. I don't want to have to edit this back down just in order to get it out there. But I think you can understand exactly what we're dealing with here with this sick individual. He's dressing like this. He's doing all this. He's identifying, and he's part of the LGBT community. He's like, oh, he's up and proud. he's a predatory P, and he wants to be identified as a schoolgirl. And then he goes and works with a charity aimed at children. And this whole charity is overrun with people who want to harm children, so it shouldn't be a surprise. House Magazine tweeted the picture in June 2020 saying Darren Mew by Giulio Di Giorno for House Magazine issue 3. I'm not going to say the words, full XXX, college series, or collage series, although college series would be more his line, available in the issue online. And it comes as the charity says it will close its helpline tomorrow amid unacceptable abuse. Unacceptable abuse? Perfectly normal abuse. If you are getting abuse like this, you have to ask why. And then look at what you're doing, at what you're saying, at who you're employing, and at the very children you're harming. Unacceptable abuse. You're lucky that's all you're getting. A parent whose daughter once used mermaids has complained to the Charity Commission citing serious concerns over Mew after she became aware of the explicit pictures. And calling for an investigation, she told the watchdog that Mew is seemingly hairless like a young boy. Now, what we're looking at here is, how can we put this? They like to go as children. He identifies as a child. A child. And he's employed by a child charity, and then they're complaining about the abuse they're getting. The complaint added, in another, Darren wears a hentai... The complaint added, in another, Darren wears a, and I can't say that word because of YouTube, style schoolgirl skirt and adopts a provocative pose and appears to be broadcasting spicy little girl vibes. Mew, meanwhile, is self-described as an experienced digital media specialist with a demonstrated history of working in the creative industry. Yeah, I'm thinking CP mainly. I'm thinking child P is the, phonograph. Not phonograph, the other thing that sounds like phonograph. I think that's the industry he works in. I think I'm not going to even read any more about this. This guy's turning my stomach. Let's just make sure we all know what this sick, weird, fetishist looks like. He needs to be questioned by the police. He needs to be thoroughly background checked. He needs to have everything about him checked. I mean, all his electronic equipment, the lot. I think he represents a clear and present danger to children. And it's not surprising, therefore, that he works for the Mermaids Charity, who exist solely to damage children. I'm going to come up. Where is this going to end? I mean, what is going to come out next? There's got to be more. There's got to be revelations even worse than this, because I refuse to believe that this is the end of this particular, horrendous cycle of news for this organisation. The likes of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex must be regretting standing there saying, oh, how marvellous they are. And Emma Watson, oh, I support them fully and have given them lots of money. Well, let's face it, neither of these celebs are particularly bright, are they? They're both thick, well, all three of them, as thick as two short planks. But then you look at all the other money that's come in, and they're over, should we say, they're over promoted for what they are. Now, they have admitted that they go behind parents' backs, that they give out false information, that they lie. They admitted that they've hired a P. They're now admitting they've hired this, which is probably a P. But if he's not, he's certainly mentally ill and certainly not suitable to be anywhere near children when he identifies as being a spicy little schoolgirl. Why are the police not involved at this stage? The police need to be involved. The people running this charity need to be exposed for the dangers they are. They need to be brought out into the sunlight. Let them squint in the bright light of publicity so that everyone can see what a potentially massive problem they have caused here. This is something that's going to go deep, deep into some very dark areas. You have to remember that they work hand in glove with the Portman Trust, which is also being closed down, where virtually every professional medic has said that it's such a dangerous organisation. Well, these mermaids have been shoving children through the machinery there to get them sterilised on an industrial scale. These people are the lowest of the low. They are absolute animals. They are insects. They are crawling maggots of human beings, and they need to be brought into the light, like I say. In fact, they need to be brought into a courtroom, charged, prosecuted, found guilty, and jailed for a very long time. And a message needs to be sent. But I need to stop now, so I will before I blow it. Thanks for listening. If you like what you hear and see on the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Ring the bell for notification of future outputs. Leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video, and until next time, stay safe, stay well, protect your children, and goodbye.